Hi, I don't know who the one person is. Let's see if we can get a few more. Two people. Three. Five. Okay. Um, I know most of you, hi, most of you try to keep up with what's going on with Honest Citizen and everything. His court date is a week from yesterday. Uh, he's out right now helping a friend. Who's having some issues with car trouble and stuff like that. But evidently, he's been talking with the lawyer in Mountain Home that is willing to take his case. The lawyer has gone down to $500 as a retainer. So we've got $100. We're trying to get another $400 in order to get him this lawyer for the coming week. Trent's been rather anxious. He hasn't been able to sleep. He hasn't been eating a whole lot. He's very scared that he's going to, and I can understand that, as can all of you. After he got the phone call, he wanted me to go live so that all of you would know about the reduction in retainer. If you look in the description of the video, I've put the link there. I'm going to put the PayPal link in the comments as well. So again, instead of $1,000 that we need, we only need about 500. We've got 100 of it. Hopefully, we can get the money up to get him this lawyer and know that he has a lawyer that is actually on his side instead of the public defender that is, for all intents and purposes, not on his side. So we've got James Jacobson and Mike Stevens in here. Who else do we have in here? Well, someone left. You know, I like that it says how many people are in here, but I wish there was a way to be able to know who all it was. Hey, we have a like. Yeah, do all the YouTube stuff. Like, share, News Now. Hi. I've never heard of the John Speedway part, but I've heard of News Now. There's several of you out there that has News Now on your tag. So yeah, if you want to share this to anyone out there, share the PayPal link. He's got several people that he's interviewed with over the last week or so. Share it to anyone that you can think of that might be able to help. Even $1 helps go toward what is needed for it. Hi, Reaper. I recognize either of those names. Yeah, Black Cat Ikari is Reaper Den. He was the other guy that was videoing last week when Honest Citizen and Reaper Den's wife got arrested simply for not accepting that cops will not identify themselves. So, also, this lawyer has said that he will take care of that stuff as well as the terroristic threat. So we get this lawyer on hand. He's going to take care of both of Trent's issues right now. Yeah. She was arrested because she walked by and said that them arresting honest citizen was bullshit. That's all she said. Honest citizen was arrested because he would not accept that they were not going to identify themselves. We have had people dressed in what appears to be, except for one or two minor details, appears to be Jonesboro Police Department officers. They've been trying to go up to people's homes, break in, force their way in, and rob them. We don't know if any of these people have the availability of getting decals for their vehicles. If someone is parked in our driveway, even if it says Jonesboro Police, we will not trust it. We cannot trust it. They're sitting out here not identifying themselves as proper police officers. There are people out there imitating them in order to harm people, in order to steal from us. We're not going to trust it. They have to identify themselves. So that's the second issue that Honest Citizen is dealing with. The issue for the court date on the 2nd that's coming up next week, that is the terroristic threatening. Most likely, if nothing is done right now, the lawyer that he has right now for the public defender will be trying to continue the case, which is what he has said he will want to do. This public defender doesn't want to do anything for him. All he wants to do is wear out the time that the courts allow, which can be up to 2 years. He's not wanting to talk to Trent. He's not wanting to prep him for court. He's not wanting to allow Trent to know what his plans for the court date are. None of it. So basically, he's informed us that he doesn't want to talk to Trent. He doesn't want to do anything. And he believes there's nothing that he can do in regards of getting the case thrown out and all this other stuff. So if we had a printer, we would have printed off a letter informing him of being fired, but we don't have a printer. We have it typed up. We don't have a printer to print it. Thank you, Lorraine. Lorraine just sent $20. Thank you. Oh, wow. I did not realize he has it set up. He's on here, I guess. I guess Honest Citizen is on his phone watching this. So, yeah, they always try to get people to plea. When Honest Citizen was in jail, they wanted him to do that before doing anything else. So, we have $120 now. We need up to $500. I don't know if Honest Citizen is going to have service on his phone. I'm not sure where he's going to. So if he doesn't respond to any of you in chat, I'll try to. Yeah, it's the same everywhere. Public defenders are not paid to get us off. They are paid to put us in jail. like I said, he's in the chat. So yes, like he says, thank you very much, all of you. Again, do all the YouTube stuff, like, share, all that. You can mirror this video if you would like to. Share it to everyone that you can think of, all the people that do their own little news shows and stuff like that. Go ahead and share it to them. Share the link anywhere you can. Share the link on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. All of you are in more online communities than even I can think of. There are some of you that have stuff on social media that I would never even dream of. Yes, right there you have Honest Citizen saying all his videos are free to use. So go ahead and make up a timeline of the last 2 years if you'd like. He's got videos covering the stuff from ASU. He's got videos covering the stuff from the terrorist threatening charge, and now the video that Reaper Den posted about the arrest last week, he's already said is free to use. Y'all can put up a whole video of everything and all that. There are many of you that know how to edit a whole lot more than I do. And Trent, as he says right now, he's out helping to get a little more to go into the fund. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if the 5 that are in here are the 5 that have been in here. So, if any of you are new, the lawyer in Mountain Home has reduced the cost of retainer to $500 instead of $1,000. We need 380 of that. So we're trying to get $380 up. Honest Citizen is helping someone with repoing vehicles in order to get that donation that he can get from that. That's why I'm on here instead of him. He is in chat as long as he has service on his phone. I'm not sure where they're going today, so he may drop out of service and not be able to comment. But right now he is in chat. So let's see. So if anyone would like to help with getting an actual lawyer, there's the PayPal link. I just posted it in chat. We had $20 sent from, which one was it? Tucson Lori Cockwatch sent $20 to the fund just a little bit ago. We're still needing $380 in order to pay the retainer for this lawyer. Okay, dear. I'll post it. It's in the lawyer information is in the description for this video, but he's wanting me to post the lawyer information in the comments. So here we go. This lawyer, Justin Downum, he actually enjoys taking cops down a notch. He enjoys going up against anyone not doing their job properly. He actually, from what I understand, has a little bit of a vendetta against Jonesboro police. He's not in Jonesboro, so he isn't being pressured because of his location. Any lawyer in Jonesboro doesn't want, what they have said off the record is they don't want to shit where they sleep. So anyone around Jonesboro doesn't want to bother with anything having to go up against JPD. They don't want to deal with anything going up against ASU. So everything that can be found in Jonesboro, they won't do. Justin Downum, Honest Citizen was referred to him by another YouTuber, and he is the only one that is willing to come down on the retainer price. And it helps that he does seem to have the vendetta against cops. So, if you want to, his phone number is listed there. For some reason, YouTube isn't allowing proper spacing on some things. But his phone number is there. It starts with 870-405-1620. You can call him up if you want to talk to him. His address is there, everything. Again, the PayPal link is up in the middle of that whole block where Honest Citizen has commented. The PayPal link is there. Yes, only $380 left. Even $1 helps, yes. You can put in any amount that you want toward the PayPal. Again, anything over the amount that is needed, Honest Citizen has said he will refund if you desire a refund. If you don't want the refund back, most likely it'll go to help Reaper-Den's wife with her charge. So, if any of you have questions for Honest Citizen directly, go ahead and put it in chat. Even if he doesn't have service at that moment, when he has service, he'll be back on here and able to see it. Right now, I believe he is able to see chat. So anything that you have that you want to talk to him, go ahead and put it in chat, ask him questions. He's not home where he can stream, so he asked me to come on here and tell everyone about it. Again, we've got a few more people that have come in and are coming in. Honest Citizen, his court date for the terroristic threatening charge is this coming Tuesday. That's a week from yesterday. As of right now, the lawyer that he has is a public defender, and that public defender doesn't want to actually defend him. There is a lawyer called Justin Downum in Mountain Home, Arkansas, who is willing to take on Honest Citizen's cases, both the terroristic threatening charge and the disorderly conduct charge that they forced upon Honest Citizen last week. The retainer was $1,000, but Honest has been on the phone with him today, and the lawyer has reduced the retainer to $500. We only need $380 of that in order to do so. Again, anything left over beyond getting the lawyer paying the retainer will have the option of being refunded to anyone who would want some of that refund. If you don't want any of the refund after the retainer cost is paid, it would go to either further paying the remainder. The total cost of retainer would be $3,000. $500 is only what the lawyer is wanting. So the remainder would either go toward helping pay that off or helping to help Reaper-Den's wife from the disorderly conduct charge that they foisted on her last week. Hello, Tyrone. So We've got 13 people in here. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the video, share it wherever you can, mirror it, go on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, and share the PayPal link. I'm going to put that again in chat as soon as I can get things to work properly for me. Okay, Tyrone. On November 6th, Honest Citizen was arrested on charges of terroristic threatening. He had gone to the congressman's office looking for help in trying to bring charges against Lieutenant Thrasher of the ASU Police Department. If you look at Honest Citizen's videos, you can see the altercation that happened with Lieutenant Thrasher. He did an illegal stop and ID. There was no reason for him to stop Honest Citizen. Honest Citizen even gave this officer all the indications that would qualify for getting his ID. Well, Honest Citizen never did give him his ID. This was a retaliation against Honest Citizen for trying to make a complaint against Lieutenant Thrasher because in the weeks previous, he and I had been out walking through ASU. It was late at night. We were walking back, crossing the street at the light, and as the light was going for us to walk across, Officer Thrasher thought he was going to try and beat the light. It didn't work. We were already crossing and he was trying to turn illegally. So, in short, this whole thing went on for 2 years. Honest Citizen finally got referred to the ASU lawyer, Brad Phelps. The ASU Police Department gave Brad Phelps the wrong information before giving him the correct information. Even their own lawyer was getting aggravated at them for doing so. Honest Citizen was invited to the congressman's office to discuss a way to civilly deal with this issue and other stuff revolving around it. And the next Monday, we were woken up by cops knocking on our door to arrest Honest Citizen. He spent just over 2 months in jail, both Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. Thanks to his YouTubers, we were able to get him out shortly after New Year's, before his birthday, which was at the middle part of January. Since getting him out on bond, Honest Citizen's public defender has met with him once. Honest Citizen has tried to call him to set up other meetings and such. Honest Citizen would like to be prepped for court, would like to be kept up on what his lawyer is wanting to do during his court dates. However, this public defender is not wanting to do his job. He doesn't see Honest Citizen as being innocent. He is being paid to put him in jail. That is what a public defender does. They are paid more if they get a guilty plea or conviction than they are for someone to get off. Okay, Tyrone, if you want to, Honest Citizen is in the chat. He's out right now trying to help someone in order to get more donations. Yeah, we're trying not to depend on a public defender. That's what this is about. We've got a lawyer in Mountain Home who is willing to take the case. The total cost of retainer is $3,000. He originally wanted $1,000 in order to start proceedings. He has now lowered it to $500. Not governor's office, Auditor. He went to the congressman's office. Okay. You've been making a few calls, Trent. They do have base salary, but if you look at the bylaws and stuff, they do get slight bonuses based on if they win or lose. The only reason we are using a public defender is because we don't have the money on our own in order to pay for a actual lawyer. Okay, so evidently someone else has donated. Looks like another $15 was donated. Anonymously. So we now need $365. Oh, hello, Beware Mouse. I didn't even see you pop in. Yes, even dollar donations add up. But in short, what this is, Trent called the lawyer in Mountain Home this morning, and I'm going to put that information up. His name is Justin Downum. He has a history of going against dirty cops, especially in the Jonesboro area. Oh, thank you, Gypsy. Our friend Gypsy just sent $100. He's got elderly parents that he lives with, so he hasn't been around. He hasn't been on our streams all that much lately, but at least it shows that he's still watching. Hi. But I've posted the address and phone number for the attorney that is willing to take the case. I'm going to post the PayPal again. So now we need $265. in order to pay for an actual lawyer who will cover not only the terroristic threatening case, which is going to another court date this coming Tuesday, but will also cover the disorderly conduct charges that JPD forced upon both Honest Citizen and Reaper Den's wife last week. Hey, Joe. So we've got one person who is mirroring already. If any of you other individuals would like to mirror, if you would like to share anything that's on here, go ahead. Like I've said, share the PayPal link, share the story, make your own video of all the videos that Honest Citizen has, whatever you want to do. Just get the story out, share it around to as many platforms as you can think of. Yes, even his bondsman, when he was arrested on the disorderly conduct charges last week, his bondsman looked at the video and said that he wasn't going to revoke the bond, that even he thought the charges were bullshit. So a guy that we're still paying $1,500 to for the bond from the terroristic threatening charge doesn't even see it necessary to revoke that bond for the stuff that happened last week. As you can tell, Honest Citizen is in the chat. He is out doing something for someone else in an attempt to himself earn some of the money needed for the retainer for this lawyer. If you have any questions for him, you can put it in the chat and he'll see it. If he happens to be in a dead zone where he can't get service, I'll relay the question to him if I end the chat or in the stream. Otherwise, when he gets service again, he will pop back on and see the questions. So, again, the lawyer that is willing to take the case that is not a public defender, his name is Justin Downum. He is in Mountain Home, Arkansas. He has a history of taking on cases against corrupt cops, especially here in the Jonesboro area. He doesn't live here, so he isn't restrained by the threat of retaliation from the cops. His full retainer is $3,000. He originally was asking for $1,000. He has reduced that payment to $500. And we have $235 of that right now. We need $265 in order to have that retainer. Anything donated beyond the $500, if a refund is requested, we will send it to you. If you request that we send the money to someone else in need, we have Reaper Den's wife, who also got a disorderly conduct charge last week. It would go to either helping her or further paying off the retainer for the lawyer. Again, if any of you would please share, like, If you have questions for Honest Citizen, he is in the chat. He's not here at home. He is in chat. He is traveling, so he may hit a dead zone. He may not see the question right away. If he does not answer, I will forward the question to him as best as I can. All of you who are on social media, share the video, share the PayPal link, share all the information. If you want to go onto Honest Citizen's page and use his videos to make your own in order to get the word out, he has already given you permission to do so. Reaper Den has given permission to use his video of the arrest from last week. So I'm not 100% sure who all is paying attention to chat. If you have questions for Honest Citizen, you can ask them. Again, we have people coming and going. I keep seeing the numbers going up and down. The lawyer that is willing to take on the cases for Honest Citizen, his name is Justin Downum in Mountain Home, Arkansas. His full retainer is $3,000. The initial cost of retainer was $1,000. He has come down to $500. We have $235 of that. So if we can try and get this $500, Honest Citizen will have an actual lawyer instead of a public defender that doesn't want to do diddly squat. So all of you, if you have other social media, like, share on YouTube, share on Facebook, share on Twitter, share wherever you can. No one has questions for Honest Citizen? Okay. So even dollar donations help. If you have, I personally have an app called Google Rewards that you do small, quick little surveys for pocket change basically toward your Google account. If you do that and you can figure out how to connect it to PayPal, you can send that. I think there's a way to connect that to PayPal. I'm not entirely sure. If you do stuff like I do fetch rewards, Ibotta, Shopkick, stuff like that. If they have the option of a PayPal redemption and you want to send that to Honest Citizen, you can go ahead and do that. Let's see. Audition, I saw you pop in. I didn't see Beware Mouse pop in. Yusuf is another friend of ours. He's a ASU student, and he's been on with Honest Citizen on a few pages before about depression in the Middle East, especially. He's Egyptian and comes from that area. So he did a panel. What was that? was back in August, September, somewhere in there. He did a panel with Honest Citizen about depression in other areas of the world. But he's been, along with our friend Gypsy, who was mentioned in the comments earlier, the two of them have, through all of this, checked in on us either personally, by phone, or whatever, in addition to some of our other friends that I know won't show up on here because they're either at work or they don't want to be associated with stuff like this. So, again, anything that you can donate will help. We are trying to raise money to pay the retainer fee for a lawyer by the name of Justin Downum out of Mountain Home, Arkansas, in order to have an actual lawyer for Honest Citizen when his court date next week comes up. Honest Citizen has been struggling with his anxiety over all of this for the last little while. The charges for this coming week are the charges of the terroristic threatening that was put upon him by an office member of the Congressman Rick Crawford's office. He had been invited to the office to discuss his issues with ASU officer Lieutenant Thrasher, and this was followed up by this individual writing out a statement saying that Honest Citizen had threatened the officer. We have seen the video of the statement that JPD has, and even in the video, this guy says, "I do not know exactly what he said." He changes his statement several times, not only in the video, but several times in writing. So, and the funny part is, our friend Reaper Den has a neighbor that has been threatening him, and JPD was called. We know that it only takes a statement for someone to be arrested on terroristic threatening. Reaper Den has not only his statement, but he has the messages and phone calls of this individual threatening both him, his girl, and their new puppy. JPD will do nothing to this woman. So why are they changing their tactics? They arrested Honest Citizen on nothing more than a statement, but they're not arresting this other person where there is a lot more evidence toward her having threatened their well-being. So that right there shows that JPD is functioning on double, triple, quadruple standards. Again, his court date is the 2nd, which is Tuesday. He'll be up there early. We're trying to get this lawyer, Justin Downum, as his paid lawyer instead of his public defender. He has reduced the initial cost of retainer to $500, with payments for the remainder of the retainer to be made monthly, which Honest Citizen and I can make. Getting the initial payment is what we are having difficulty with. We have $235 toward that payment right now. We need another $265. If you can donate $1, that's good. We've had someone donate $100. Honest Citizen, the reason he's not here right now, he is in chat, is because he is trying to help someone do stuff so that he can earn the money to go toward this. Yes, we do have audio recordings of the calls where the public defender refuses to actually be a lawyer for Honest Citizen. Like I've said, yes, we got our stimulus checks. They went toward paying off other bills. Honest Citizen, he's anxious and worried that this public defender and everything here in Jonesboro is going to try and put him away for the next 5 years. He wanted to get everything paid down so that if that does happen, I can I can squeak by on everything. So he and I agreed we'd pay off all the outstanding stuff that we have on our bills and get everything down to a more manageable level. So yeah, we did get our stimulus checks, but it went toward paying off other bills. We had stuff that I wouldn't have been able to cover should he not be here. So we paid off a whole bunch of stuff. So again, the information is almost out of the chat range. I'm going to share the PayPal and the lawyer information again in chat so that everyone can see it. I am also posting the phone number for the lawyer if you would like to contact him. If you have any questions for the lawyer, that is both his address and phone number. Again, he was referred, Honest Citizen was referred to him by another YouTuber. As far as I know, that is one of the only reasons that the retainer is so low. Yes, if you can't help financially, spread the message. Make your own video of stuff. Mirror the video. Share on social media. Get the information to other people who may be able to help. Praise the lawyer for being able to have the balls to stand up to the cops. As far as I can understand, he does this not only for the Jonesboro area, but for other areas of the state. So share on Facebook, on Twitter. God, I don't know what other social media sites you'd be able to share to, but share to all of them. Mirror here on YouTube, mirror the video. It's worth the fight when nothing was done wrong on our part. Honest Citizen never made a threat against this officer. The threatening charges are completely unfounded. Honest Citizen, the issue from last week, we've had imitator cops trying to rob people in this area. We don't know if they have the capability of having a vehicle and getting decals to make up fake vehicles. So when they're sitting outside of our building, not identifying themselves, it makes everyone in the neighborhood anxious. We know there are fakes out here. We know there are people trying to hurt us that are not cops. If they do not identify themselves, we have the right to tell them to leave. Even if they do identify themselves, our property manager has given us the go ahead to tell them to get off property. They were sitting in a entry for our driveway. Our driveway is a one-way driveway. They were blocking the driveway in order to surveil another building where they later had a warrant issued where they didn't find anything. They had a warrant to try and find guns and drugs. And they didn't find either at this other location. The officer, while Honest was being arrested, came up to me and asked, we're here looking for guns and drugs. You don't want that in your neighborhood, do you? And I told him I would rather have the guns and drugs than have his bullshit. Yeah, Honest Citizen, the threatening charges are because he went to report to the congressman that he was being threatened by the officer, and the congressman's employee turned it around saying that Honest Citizen was threatening the officer. The video of that supposed witness interview, this guy actually in the video says he does not know what was said. There are people that in the last several months they've gotten a hold of outfits that, other than one or two small details, look exactly like the Jonesboro Police Department regalia. And they have gone up to several people's homes, tried to force their way in and rob them and hurt them. One of which was Reaper Den. And Honest Citizen and Reaper Den both have a video where they informed the officers of this event. The issue last week was they were refusing to identify themselves, and because we have had imposters in the area, simply being in a vehicle that has decals for Jonesboro Police is not enough. The Jonesboro Police Department refused to identify themselves. So with imposters going through the area pretending to be officers in order to rob people, we cannot trust that anyone who is sitting out here in a police vehicle is an actual officer, especially when it's not a normal cruiser. We called the non-emergency number for the Jonesboro Police, and they, on their end, had no idea why someone was at our location. So that was even further evidence that something was not right. Something was not being done right. Because of that, Honest Citizen was recording that they were in our driveway that they were refusing to identify themselves, and they were refusing to leave the property. Our neighbors were coming out and watching all of this before Honest Citizen started recording. Yes, police impersonation of any kind is a big problem. So why should we be hindered when trying to identify if these people are actual cops or not? If you are not an actual cop, that is when you do not identify yourself. If you are an officer, identify yourself. Let people know that you are in the area to do an actual cop's job. Yeah, the entire neighborhood started chanting exactly what Reaper Den's wife had said, that it was bullshit. They started chanting bullshit the whole time. They put Honest Citizen and Black Cat, which is Reaper Den's wife, here on YouTube. They put them in the back of an actual cruiser, and when the cruiser left, so did the ones that were sitting in the driveway. And they have not come back on property. They were in a police vehicle that had blacked out windows. We could not identify them by sight. They were not identifying themselves verbally. And we have no idea if the imposters have the capability of having a vehicle and getting the decals that match Jonesboro Police Department. We cannot trust that. These people that are impersonating officers and going to homes in order to rob them have everything about their regalia down to a T, except one or two items that most people don't even look at. Yeah, when the desk sergeant on the phone said that that they had no idea, they didn't have any indication that any officers should be in our area, that was a huge red flag for everyone. Someone somewhere was not being informed, and it was not getting to the right people. So the whole disorderly conduct incident, honestly, they would have had more cause to arrest some of our other neighbors who were walking around outside with beers than they would have with Honest Citizen. They arrested Honest Citizen last week because they got their feelings hurt. Because they were in an area and they weren't being taken at their word just on sight. So the officers involved in that was a complete retaliation. The officers involved in the terroristic threatening charge, we also see as a retaliation. Lieutenant Thrasher of the University Police Department, his family is part of the biggest retail, or not retail, but realty company in this area. He likes to push his name around in order to get his way. So if you want any information on the altercations with Lieutenant Thrasher, those are on the Honest Citizen page. If you want to see the body cam footage of the Lieutenant Thrasher incident, that is on the Honest Citizen page. Because it is an open case at the moment, we cannot put the interview of the congressman's employee up, but we can tell you that he does not know what was said when Honest Citizen was in his area. And I can also tell you that in that interview, the officer conducting the interview was leading this individual, trying to get him to say all sorts of things that is completely illegal. So yeah, with impersonators around here, with JPD railroading individuals, there is no reason for us to trust any cop that comes into this area unless we call for them or they identify themselves. They were blocking a residential driveway, refusing to identify themselves. They shouldn't have been here. They should have left. Anyway. Again, I'm sharing the lawyer information and the PayPal link so that we can get this lawyer to help with both charges. We've had this feed up for a little over an hour now. If no one else has any questions for Honest Citizen, he is in the chat. If no one else has any questions for Honest Citizen, I'm going to end this video, if that's okay with Honest Citizen. Can you tell me if it's okay, honey? For anyone who watches this after I end the live feed, the PayPal link and the lawyer information is in the description. And Honest Citizen will be notified of any comments made after the live feed. So, Honest Citizen, I know you're in the chat. Can you tell me if it's okay for me to turn it off? The initial thing that happened before recording started was Honest Citizen went up to try and get identification as officers. They refused and laughed in his face. After that, they rolled up their windows, which again were blacked out, and would not identify. We called JPD themselves. JPD had no idea they were here. So, well, considering we live in an apartment building with a one-way driveway, and they were blocking the driveway. There were people trying to get in and out. All of us were trying to figure out why they were there if they weren't doing anything with any of the residents. They were there surveilling another residence around the corner they were trying to hide, is what it was. They were trying to stay out of eyeshot of this other apartment. And it failed miserably. So, Honest Citizen, are you still in chat or are you in a dead zone? Honest. I think he's in a dead zone. Or he's away from his phone. Well, okay. Again, like, share, put it on social media, share it to anyone and everyone. His videos are free to use for anyone who wants to put one together based on his videos. I am going to end the feed. I am no longer getting responses from Honest Citizen himself, which tells me he is in a dead zone. If you have any comments beyond the live feed, you can put them in the comments on the video itself. He will see them. I got distracted for a moment. Oh yeah, comments. He does have the YouTube studio stuff up on his phone. When he gets to service, he will see the comments, and he is fairly diligent about responding to comments. So if you have any questions, go there. If you have any comments, go ahead and go there. Again, we are trying to raise another $265 in order to pay the retainer fee for lawyer Justin Downum in Mountain Home, Arkansas, so that Honest Citizen has an actual lawyer for his court date on the 2nd. The lawyer has reduced the initial cost of retainer from $1,000 to $500. That is why Honest Citizens wanted me to come on and fundraise. Everything right now is fairly good. Honest Citizen is out right now trying to raise his own money to earn the money in order to pay for the lawyer, but there's no guarantee he'll be able to earn enough on his own. We're trying to raise money through PayPal, through YouTube, in order to get the paid lawyer because his public defender refuses to even talk to him. So, any comments that you have for him, I'm assuming right now he's not responding, so I'm assuming he is in a dead zone and not getting signal. He will get notified of any comments after this live feed is down and will most likely respond to them. Thank all of you for showing up. Thank you for the likes so far. Again, like, share, spread it around to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, everything. If you have any other questions, just add comments to the video itself after stream, and Honest Citizen will be able to get directly to you. So everyone have a good day. If anything else happens, either Honest Citizen or myself will be on to notify everyone of anything else. Thank you and have a good day.